I need new music.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast.
Feel like I'm never enough. I say I don't give a so I keep my down low. Slowly coming undone. Yeah.
Very excited today to talk new music with the lead fella, the front man from Dead Poet Society, Jack Underkofler. Did I get that right?
Nailed it, dude.
Oh, man.
Look at that.
I'm usually terrible with names, but every once in a while I'll get it. The new album, Fission, is officially out now. Very excited. Jack, thank you so much for the time, man. We appreciate it, brother.
Dude, thank you for having me.
Really excited. But first, before we talk the new album, I want to get to know the band a little bit because you guys are now a decade plus into Dead Poet Society, but you guys met when attending the Berklee College of Music, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Which, that, by the way, that's got to be like, fishing with dynamite when it comes to finding musicians to start a band, right? That's got to be pretty easy. As you guys got together, what was the connection that you got with the guys, kind of that clicking point where you're like, we really got something here. We got something that we could make a run at this. And I mean, you obviously have. Here we are 10 years later. What was that point for you guys?
What happened was the original bassist of our band, Nick, showed up on my doorstep one day because I had kind of been like avoiding joining the band. They kept wanting me to join the band. I didn't really want to. And Nick showed up on my doorstep and was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing." And he was like, "Well, let's write." And I was like, "Okay, fine." And then so he came in and we wrote this little like verse together, and we just picked like a historic topic and wrote about it. And then we brought it to the band and wrote a chorus over it, and we were like jamming it. And I was like, this is different than any way I've ever written or anything I've ever felt before. I didn't play rock music before that. I listened to rock, but I didn't really play it. So I don't know. I went back. I talked to my roommates. They were like, "You don't want to join that band." And I was like, "I don't know. There's something different here, dude. There's something cool." And here we are.
10 years later. So it really did just click. It was just there. The begrudging artist, the brooding, begrudging artist made his way. And then here we are a decade later and on to our next album. Well, that's awesome, man. I love looking back on that and seeing kind of those origin stories and watching the band grow and mature. And with this latest album, Fission, really cool stuff, man. I was listening to it. And again, you have had some other albums, some EPs, so you're not rookies at it. Again, your experience at a musical college. But what maybe stood out in making this record compared to previous works for you and the guys?
We're always trying to get better, and it's like art is subjective, so it's kind of hard to make tangible what better is, but we just knew that we needed to dive deeper into the caveats of our sounds. We spent all this time like diving down a rabbit hole to find something that just sounded like us. Like my dream has always been to like when you hear Muse or you hear something that sounds like Muse, you hear Muse, like, that's Muse. You don't listen to Muse and say that sounds like something else. And so I think that's kind of an objective that we've always had in mind. And I feel like we're getting there. And this album is like, I feel like the closest we've ever been to being like, that sound is Dead Poet Society. Oh, nice. And that was a real objective of this. Just dive as deep as we can. Because
you can almost kind of get hung up in your own sound outside of getting stuck. Like, well, no, wait, it's not sounding exactly like this. You have that idea, but being able to find your sound outside of just being stuck in one kind of niche area, I think is such an interesting concept, an interesting way to look at that. And if you listen to the new record, which again is out now, you're going to hear just a swath of sounds from side to side, but really cool and really well put together and really unique. It's a really cool album, and super excited for you guys now that it's out now, which, by the way, again, you're not rookies at this, but you're in the studio, you hear that final track, the record ends, you hit seal, you sign off on it. How's that feeling now that it's out and it's done? It's pretty unreal, dude. We had an album release show 2 nights ago, and the label had a leftover bottle of champagne and gave it to me. And so last night I was with my roommates, and right when, it dropped at midnight, we were like, all right, let's do it. And so we like popped champagne, chugged a bunch of champagne, and just went straight to bed. There you go. True rock star passion right there. I love it. Yeah, dude. Well, definitely room for celebration on this with the album release. Do you have a favorite track? I ask this to everyone I talk to, and I know it's a tough question, but I like to think of it as you're putting the album in. What's the first song you're going to?
Oh, geez, dude.
I told you it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
I know. I would say Running in Circles or I Hope You Hate Me.
Okay.
Veteran of Dead Poet Society, I would say Hard to Be God or Coet. Like more of our heavy, weird side. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's like picking a favorite child, but it's interesting because you guys are it's such an intimate relationship you have with the music at this point. And it can change with the day, but finding that one track that really resonates. And I like how you broke that down. So if you're new to it, you're going to find something that'll get you in there. Or if you've been listening from the start, there's something there for the Dead Poet Society fans, which I think is so cool.
Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Rock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.
I need new music.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast.
Feel like I'm never enough. I say I don't give a so I keep my down low. Slowly coming undone, yeah.
You mentioned a track, I Hope You Hate Me, which the video for that track is super cool. I actually just got done watching. I was kind of listening to the music as I was prepping for this. And you got this awesome robot dancer, and it's just super cool, super unique. I know the music video process is a grind. I know once you see the product and what we get to see, it's awesome, but I know it's a lot of long hours and reshoots and this and that. But for you guys in the band, how does it feel, watching your music come alive in picture, mixing the lyrics and the music now with actual visuals?
It's cool, man. I mean, like we've always, it's kind of a love-hate relationship with music videos because, you try to like see like, short form content is the move, it's like music videos are kind of a thing in the practicality of it, or like a fading thing in the practicality of it. But what's awesome about music videos is that if you put as much effort into them as you do like the actual music, and you try to create something that complements the art, not just something to play in the background, you can really dive into really unique vibes. And Jack, the other Jack in the band, the guitarist, he was the one that first found Brian, or Chibi, or this robot cannot human. He has a bunch of different names, but reached out to him and was like, "Do you want to do this?" And he was so stoked about it, and he just came and just knocked it out of the park.
It's killer.
And our director, who's from Milwaukee, he just gets our vibe. He knows how to like ride along with us, and we're all like way too opinionated, and and so he's good at like kind of dealing with that kind of like everybody coming at him at once. So it was just an awesome experience. And like music videos in general are just a great way to like leave as little as possible to the initial desire to have a vibe from the music. You like give somebody something to look at. You're saying, this is the vibe of this,
Yeah. Well, it's super cool. You guys knocked it out of the park, and unique and just fun to watch, and it goes perfectly with the music. So people can go check that. That's out now as well. You find it on YouTube all over the place, your website, I'm sure, as well. So go check that out, and then get the whole album, because it's awesome. Now, after finding out originally that you kind of drug your feet that first day of band practice to take these lyrics and music to the rest of the guys, if you were to play this latest album for that young man at college, at the Berklee College of Music, who was dragging his feet, I don't know about this. If you were to play this album, what do you think he would say? What would his reaction be?
Probably like, oh, geez, I don't even know. I think with everything going on in our band and in our lives and everything, it would have been just like a very much like, wow, you can get better. You can really dive deep and keep pushing,
I love it, man. I love it. Well, again, Fission, go get it. Put it in your CD player. Download it wherever you got to get it. You're going to love it. Dead Poet Society. It's just really great stuff, man. Congratulations, guys, on the release. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now that we have the important stuff out, can we have a little fun? Can we get to know you a little bit better? Now that we've got all the new album stuff out, so people can go get that and enjoy it from Dead Poet Society, we're going to learn a little bit more about Jack Underkofler. All right. No wrong answers. You just go with your gut, and we'll.
Oh, no.
All right. All right. We'll start easy. Mashed potatoes or baked potato?
Oh,
This is the easy one, man.
I know. But I'm thinking, it's like, is that baked potato loaded? Is it loaded?
Yeah, I'll give you loaded. I'll give you loaded baked potato. Loaded baked potato.
Loaded baked potato all day. But if not,
Good.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah, don't worry. I won't just give you a plain unbuttered just baked potato. I'll give you the good stuff. The good stuff. Disco or techno?
Techno.
Okay. Are you a Skrillex man? That's the only thing I know from techno. That, or you know who I just learned about? DJ Alligator. Are you familiar with him?
DJ Alligator? No.
He's got a song from like the early 2000s called "Blow My Whistle, Bitch." It's a lot. And my buddy showed it to me. It's
that sounds like a banger, dude.
It honestly it is. It'll get you going. It'll get you going. Soaked jeans or damp socks?
Soaked jeans.
Really?
Yeah.
That wet denim. I guess damp socks are.
But if you got if you have the wet socks on, you feel that like squish all day.
Yeah. Hey.
You know?
Yeah, I get. Okay, you're right. You're right.
But then there's the chafing. You know what? I'm gonna overanalyze all of these.
Would you rather see Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster?
Loch Ness Monster all day.
Now, have you heard the recent findings with the Loch Ness? I share this with everyone. Scientists believe that it was actually just a whale penis because apparently whales, when they breach water, that's what their penis does, and it'll.
Oh my god.
So what? That looks like Nessie's head, doesn't it? I'm just saying. Just so you know.
Yo.
We're both learning.
Oh, man.
All right. Last one. You're doing great. You're doing great. Would you rather take one punch from Mike Tyson or 100 punches from the Where's the Beef lady?
Where's the beef lady?
You know that old lady from the 80s commercials? Where's the beef? She's a little.
Oh, my gosh.
Woman.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. I mean, you got to get punched by Mike Tyson.
I like your style. That's good. A lot of people would say,
if it's Mike Tyson, dude, just to know.
Like where though? Like in the shoulder? He's gonna break your shoulder, man. Either way, it's gonna hurt. But it's Mike Tyson.
But yeah, you get to say you got punched by Mike Tyson.
Not many people get to say that. I love it. Good man. Thank you for humoring me. More importantly, thank you for talking Fission, Dead Poet Society. It's super great to chat with you, Jack, and best of luck, guys.
Sick, man. Well, thank you so much. And honestly, thank you for supporting us and whatnot. It's it's just awesome that people want to help, and it means a lot.
Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Rock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.